Good afternoon, honorable jury and respectful colleagues. My name is Ірина Божко. I'm a pupil of the ninth form of Romenської Secondary School number 11. I'm a member of the section of the English language of Romenської Junior Academy of Sciences. Let me present my research project that focuses on the study of verbal means of expressing gender stereotypes and gender inequality in modern English advertising discourse. For many centuries, rights of both men and women were constantly suppressed. The world is gradually changing, people's consciousness is changing as well. The problem of gender equality is raised more and more often. Gender equality is a human right, is essential for economic prosperity. Societies that value women and men as equal are safer and healthier. This determines the topicality of this research project. Gender inequality is a characteristic of the social system according to which different social groups have persistent differences that affect their opportunities in society. Gender stereotypes must be viewed as stable, stereotypical ideas of society about what women and men should be or, on the contrary, should not be. Usually, gender stereotypes concern either the appearance of men and women, that is, the external manifestation of femininity or masculinity, or the distribution of gender roles in society. Gender awareness rising plays in an important role in informing women and men about gender equality. In order to ensure it, they use social advertising in the form of posters, banners, leaflets, posts, and publication in social networks. The aim of the research is to identify and characterize verbal means of expressing gender stereotypes and gender inequality in modern English advertising discourse. The tasks of the scientific project are the following. To reveal the concept of advertising discourse, to find out the typological features of the modern English discourse of social advertising on the topic of gender inequality and gender stereotypes, to determine the peculiarities of using verbal means for expressing gender stereotypes and gender inequality in the modern English language advertising discourse through the lexical system of figurative, expressive, and verbal means. The object of the research is modern English language advertising discourse on the topic of gender inequality and stereotypes. The subject is verbal means of expressing gender inequality and stereotypes. Data sample comprises 144 fragments of modern English social advertising discourse of gender stereotypes and inequality. Discourse of social advertising is a type of social discourse that includes messages that raise a certain social problem and contributes to its solution as well. The main goal of social advertising on the topic of gender inequality is to inform people about the equal rights of people of any gender, as well as to prevent their discrimination and humiliation. Having studied the materials in social networks on the topic of gender stereotypes and gender inequality, we found out that it can be divided into expression of gender stereotypes, support of people who suffer from gender inequality. The system of lexical semantic means of verbalizing gender stereotypes in modern English language advertising discourse is presented through the lexical system of figurative, expressive, and verbal means. In the process of the research, a number of verbal means of expressing gender stereotypes and inequality in modern English language advertising discourse, we found out. Among the most frequently used, we can mention the following: phonetic, lexical, morphological, and semasiological. Semasiological stylistic expressive means and devices are widely used in social advertising on the topic of gender stereotypes and inequality. They include epithets, metaphors, hyperbole, liturgy, simile, allegory, irony, etc. Metaphors and similes were the most used. The authors use this tool in the discourse of social advertising to emphasizes the issue and highlight them from different angles. For example, it's okay for girls to be Spider-Man, and it's okay for boys to be Elsa. We will pizza, or you may cut me with your eyes, and similars, like Santa will rise. At the morphological level, nouns are the most frequently used. For example, boys do cry, or pink is for boys. With the help of nouns, authors pay significant attention to gender equality issues and typical stereotypes. Adjectives are also widely used. With their help, the authors provide certain traits and features. For example, among the stereotypical traits of women, we single out sensitive, emotional, verbal, kind, tactful, dominant, worldly. Polite boys are so much more attractive. Or mate, you are whipped. Phonetic stylistic means in modern English discourse of social advertising function as techniques to design certain content. The meaning of each element of the phonetic level depends on its implementation in a specific context. Such phonetic phenomena as sound expressions. Phonetic devices include alliteration, rhyme, anaphora, epiphora, etc. The example of anaphora. May we know them, may we be them, may we raise them. The authors use this phonetic technique actively in the discourse of social advertising because it gives the advertising message a special emotional expressiveness and intonation that can affect reader and make him reflect. Among the lexical means, antonyms were the most common, which make it possible to compare stereotyped opinions about men and women. For example, passive active, indecisive decisive, dependent independent. Lexical repetitions which try to draw people's attention to a certain word or phrase are quite popular. An example of lexical repetitions: women rights are human rights. Girls support girls, or she said, she said, she said, she said, she said, he said. The system of lexical semantic means affects the reader's consciousness and encourages to certain actions. Different groups of lexical and semantic means help reader get to know more about the topic of gender inequality, learn the issue from a different angle. This completes my presentation. Thank you for your attention.